Hi, Sophie here, welcome back. And today I'm going to take you through a 20-minute full body flow. If you're following along with the challenge, this is day number 11. It's called Sunrise Smoothie. And we're actually going to start today's practice by standing up. So coming to find our Tadasana, our mountain pose, taking our feet hip width apart, letting the arms softly fall down by our side as we find a soft bend in those knees. And if you've chosen to move along with the playlist today, I'm going to invite you to press play in 3, 2, 1. So as I said, just finding a moment to ground here to perhaps notice your Pada Bandha, that connection between your feet and the earth. Neck is nice and long here as you grow the space between the shoulders and the ears. Just using these first few moments to arrive, to really notice how you're feeling today. And we're going to begin our practice with 5 rounds of breaths of joy. So if you want to flutter open those eyes, take a look at me. Breath of joy is a 3-part inhale, 1-part exhale. So with me, we're going to inhale, rise arms to the front. Inhale, arms to the side. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then exhale through the mouth. Let it go. So 5 rounds together. Inhale. Last one. Inhale, 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 and exhale. Let it all go. Shake it out. Rippling up through the spine now, coming to find that Tadasana, that mountain pose, standing at the top of your mat. Gaze is lifted, standing strong. Inhale, bend the knees, press down to lift up, we rise. Lightly touch the palms, exhale, waterfall the chest all the way down. Inhale, we look forward, fingertips to shins. Exhale, hands on the earth, step back with the right foot. And then the left foot, come to your high plank. That bottom is down, the core is engaged as we shift the weight forward. Exhale to lower knees, chest, chin. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the chest, engage those glutes in our baby cobra. And then exhale to release, roll all the way back over those knees, tuck the toes. Send the tailbone nice and high, come into your first downward facing. So maybe just pedaling out through the feet for a moment here. Wiggling the tailbone from left to right. On your next inhale, gaze forward. End of the exhale, take as many teeny tiny steps as you like to come to find a forward fold at the top of your mat. Taking hold of opposite elbows as you let the head hang heavy. Soften the crown of the head towards the earth. Inhale here. Exhale, release the bind, root to rise, Ardha Hastasana. Stretch those arms high to the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, press down to lift up. We rise, go again. Lightly touch the palms. Exhale, flow the chest all the way down. Inhale, we look forward, flat back, fingertips to shins. Exhale, hands on the earth. This time, left foot, then right foot, come to your high plank. This time, 2 options, shifting the weight forward, either that knees, chest, chin, or maybe you wrap the elbows in high to low plank. Gaze along the floor. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the chest, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rooting the heels down towards the earth once again, and maybe wiggle that tailbone from left to right as you soften through the shoulders. We're going to be here for 3 breaths this time, so keeping the inhale and exhale through the nose if you can here, perhaps starting to engage that oceanic Ujjayi breath. Building a little bit of warmth in the body. Final inhale. On your exhale, lower down to the knees, come to a tabletop position. Now shoulders in line with wrists, hips over knees. Just take a few cat-cows just to release the back body, release the spine. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. And exhale, tuck chin towards the chest, gaze towards the belly. For these last 2 breaths, maybe welcoming in a bit of free movement. So maybe rocking back over those hips or sending the weight forward over those wrists. Maybe rippling through the spine. Final inhale. On your exhale, come back to that tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes. Send the tailbone nice and high, come into a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to raise the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open out through that right hip. Maybe take some little circles into that right ankle, or maybe even swirl that right knee around. 2 more breaths here. Final inhale. Exhale, square the hips. Step or guide the foot between the hands. Option to lower the back knee down here. As you press down through the left hand, peel up through the right, easy twist. Inhale, we lift and lengthen, gaze towards those lifted fingertips. Exhale, transfer the weight into that front foot. We're going to sweep the arms down and around. Come to find an arrow lunge. So chest is leaning forward over that thigh, core engaged. We inhale here. Exhale, can you send the weight into that right foot? Step the left foot to join the right in your chair pose. Deep inhale here. Exhale to rise. Hands come to heart center. We're going to inhale, squeeze that right knee in towards the chest. Flex the foot. Find that drishti, that gaze, to help you maintain your balance as you bring the right foot to the left thigh. Soft bend in that left knee. Coming to find a standing figure 4 here. So nice deep stretch into the outer edge of that right glute. Breathing here and feeling some warmth building in the body. We're here for 2 more breaths. Final inhale. On your exhale, can you press down to lift up? Squeeze those arms high towards the sky. And then take a huge step back with control. Press down to lift up. Coming into a high crescent lunge. So all 10 toes facing forward, gaze is lifted. Softening through those shoulders, we take a deep inhale. Exhale, can you sink a little deeper? Final inhale. On your exhale, we're going to peel open, find a goddess. So nice deep bend in those knees, cactusing those arms. Maybe take a little wiggle from side to side. Open out into those hips. And as if we're moving through honey now, we're going to take 3 goddess lifts. So inhale, extend those legs. Reach the fingertips nice and high. We're then going to lightly touch the palms, deep bend in the knees. And when you can't go any further, take a little forward fold. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale to release. Final time, we lift and lengthen. Lightly touch the palms. Exhale to release. Deep bend in those knees. When you can't go any further, hands to the earth. Spin those heels out. Find Prasarita Padottanasana. So a lovely wide-legged forward bend here. Option to take a little bit of movement here, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Opening down the back of the body into the hips. We're here for 2 more breaths. Final inhale, find a little bit of stillness. Exhale, can you soften that little bit further down? We're then going to rise our fingertips to the floor, look forward, flat back. Spin that right heel in, deep bend into the right knee, sinking down into our Skandasana, opening out through the hips and the heart space. Deep inhale here, nice deep stretch. Don't worry if that right heel is lifted. On your exhale, like an animal, pad all the way around to frame that front foot. Step back and move through that vinyasa. So elbows wrapped in your high to low plank. Inhale, we scoop the chest forward, thighs off the earth, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rooting the heels towards the earth, tailbone lifted nice and high here, softening through the shoulders. And we're going to be here for 3 long breaths. So spreading those fingers nice and wide, softening through the shoulders. I'm just going to turn around so you don't have to see the back half of me for our second side. On your next inhale, left leg rises high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open out through the hip, three-legged dog. Maybe taking some little circles into that left ankle, maybe even swirling that left knee around. Maintaining that oceanic breath as we breathe here for one more inhale. Exhale, square those hips. Step or guide the foot between the hands. Option to lower that back knee down or keep back knee lifted as we press down through the right hand, peel up through the left, easy twist. Inhale here as you gaze towards those lifted fingertips. And then exhale, sweep that left hand down and around. Can you root to rise? Find that arrow lunge. Building some warmth as you send the weight forward over that left leg. Inhaling here. Exhale, can you step that right foot to join the left in your chair pose? Sinking that bottom down, we inhale. Deep breath. Exhale, rise all the way up to standing or Tadasana, your mountain pose. We're then going to squeeze that left knee in towards the chest. Root down through that standing leg. Gaze is lifted, shoulders drawing back and down, hopefully feeling a little bit of warmth here. Flexing that left foot. Now we're going to bring the left foot to the right thigh. Soften into that right leg as you take your standing figure four. Chest is proud and forward as you feel that lovely opening into the side of that left glute. 2 more breaths here. Starting to feel that lovely fire, that heat building in the belly for one more inhale. On your exhale, press down to lift up. Squeeze that left knee in towards the chest. And then how lightly, how softly can you land in a high lunge? Don't worry if you wobble. Coming to find all 10 toes facing forward. Pressing down to lift up. Inhale here. Exhale, can you soften that little bit further? Final inhale. Exhale, we're peeling open back into our goddess here. So all 10 toes facing the top 2 corners of the mat here. Deep bend in those knees. Again, don't worry if you wobble like me. Hands in the cactus position. Give those hips a little wiggle. Feeling into a little bit of new space before we take those goddess lifts. Bobbing to the music. Finding stillness now. Inhale, straighten those legs. Gaze towards those lifted fingertips. Touch the palms. Exhale, bend those knees. And when you can't go any further, forward fold. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale to release. Final time, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, let it go. This time as you rise those hands high towards the sky, lightly touch the palms, deep bend in those knees. When you can't go any further, spin those heels out, hands to the earth, Prasarita Padottanasana. So crown of the head softens towards the earth, feeling that delicious opening into the backs of those legs. And maybe you want to take the hands to the outer edges of the feet, the calves or the ankles here. Just have a little wiggle. Really opening out into the back of the body, the hips again. 2 more breaths here. Final inhale. Exhale, can you soften that a little bit further? We're then going to rise our fingertips to the floor, look forward, flat back. Spin that left heel in this time. Float down into that left knee. Come to find your Skandasana, peeling open through the hips, through the heart space. And again, don't worry if that left heel is lifted. Going exactly as far as feels comfortable for your body today. Deep inhale here. On your exhale, pad those hands all the way around to frame the front foot. Step back and move through your vinyasa of choice, so that high to low plank. That knees, chest, chin. Inhale to your upward facing or cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to be here for 3 long breaths now. Softening heels towards the earth, tailbone nice and high. Option to take a quick rest if that's where you need to go. Final inhale here, we meet back, downward facing. We're going to inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to nose, send the weight forward. Inhale, take it all the way up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, take it all the way up and back. Exhale, cross the body, right knee to the left elbow, squeeze everything in. And then this time that right leg flies high to the sky. Option to bend that right knee, maybe take a little wild thing, touching right toes behind, opening out into that heart space. If wild thing isn't where you want to go today, option to take that 3-legged dog. Final inhale. Exhale, can you flip all the way back around to your high plank and then roll onto the outer edge of that right foot, sweep the left arm all the way up and over in that side plank. Final inhale. Exhale, left hand comes to the earth. Optional little vinyasa or just stepping back to a downward facing before we come into our last little bit of hard work. I'm definitely feeling the heat now. I don't know about you. So just catching your breath here before we move on to the left-hand side. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, send the weight forward. Inhale, take it all the way up and back. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, take it all the way up and back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, squeeze everything in. And then take that leg all the way up and back. Option to bend that left knee, open out through the hip, maybe touching those toes behind, pressing down to lift up, coming into that little wild thing. Deep inhale here. Exhale, flipping all the way back around with control to that high plank. And then roll onto the outer edge of that left foot. Sweep the right arm up and over. Engaging through the core, pressing down to lift those hips high. We inhale. Exhale, right hand on the earth. Optional final vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take a deep clearing breath here. Inhaling through the nose. And really sigh it out through the mouth. One more time, as loud as you can. Inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale audibly through the mouth, we're going to lower those knees, untuck the toes, sit back to find a very well-deserved child pose. Wiggling those hips a little from side to side, again using this time to catch your breath. To notice how your body's feeling. Come to sit down on our bottom, maybe shuffle a little closer towards the top of the mat. One hand to each knee. Inhale, we lift, we lengthen, we open through the chest. And then exhale, lower all the way down to lie on your back. When you get there, taking hold of opposite elbows, just windshield wiping those knees from side to side. And an option for a final happy baby or anything else that might be calling you today. So using all that warmth now to open into any areas of tightness. Taking our breath back to its regular rhythm. Eventually releasing one leg and then the other, coming all the way down to lie on our backs. Finding our final and our most important posture of our practice, our closing relaxation. And as this is a short practice, we'll just be here for a few moments, but feel free to pause me and take as long as you need to rest. And if you're staying with me, we're going to slowly start to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, bringing some energy, some life back into the body. Circling those ankles, those wrists, maybe take a full body stretch, fingertips all the way down to those toes. And then tuck those knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around, give yourself a nice big hug. We're going to bring the hands to the back of the thighs. Just take a few rock and rolls up and down your body. Coming to me in a seated position at the top of our mat. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down, or rooting down through those sit bones. Inhale, rise those arms high towards the sky, lightly touch the palms. Exhale, drawing everything into Anjali Mudra, heart center. Bringing someone you love, someone you care about onto your mat and into your heart space. Offering your energy to a devotee. Together we rise thumbs to our third eye, bow chin towards the chest. Always in gratitude. And always in peace. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.